25?
You are a trip. Yeah.
29,
Pe-
27,
people are
26.
people are loving your counting right now, I'm sure.
Oh, they are. Oh,
They're
are they?
they're probably like, this is awesome
I,
radio. I'm
I
so
didn't know.
mad.
I didn't know we were
I
live
told
over.
you we were live like six
Did I?
times, but you
Wait,
didn't
but it
listen to
takes
me,
a,
not
it,
once.
it
Not
takes a
one
moment.
time did you hear me. I'm like, we're live. We're going live. Hey, we're live. Hey, you want to check out this live thing we're doing? We're live now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, hey, people are
and
checking.
now we're live on Mixer too.
Well, hello everyone. It's been
We
another
got it.
smooth transition. Hey, we're live on both platforms. So good to see you. So good to see all of you here. How are you doing tonight? Dee, how are you?
I'm doing good.
That's great.
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We already have a lot of
Yay!
people over on Paranormal Warehouse. We got Kyle, Colette, Jessica, Lulu, Cora,
Oh, yeah.
Connie, Savannah. It's insanity. Things are happening so fast. How are things going over there at Mixler?
What do you think? What do you think?
If I had to guess, I'm going to go crickets. Would
Two
crickets
people.
be accurate? Two people? They're
Two
gonna
people.
they're gonna come in
Three
soon enough.
people now. Bobby's in there. Hey,
Hey,
four people.
Bobby.
Four
Hey,
people. Okay. All right. All right. I've got four people now.
Tanya just popped in over here. Philip says hola. That's for you, hola, because I don't know what that
Hola.
means. So that's up to you. Steve. Hey, Steve. Kelly. Boy, everybody's popping in. Hey, guys. So awesome to see you. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting, amazing, stupendous episode of Box Talk News. This is
Box
number
Talk News.
this is number 4. We're so excited.
No, it's number 5.
Five. Box Talk 5. See, I can't even keep track. I'm so excited. Kelly. Hey, Kelly. I always mess. I know I'm going to mess up your name. Fetije. What would you say? Fetije.
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 Fetije. I don't know.
If we're
Fetije.
pronouncing it incorrectly, I apologize right off the bat. Cora, hey, how you doing? Um, oh, Cora needs a couple minutes. She's got to get some Dr. Peppers from work. It's very
Hmm.
important, so we need to chill on that.
All
Steve
right.
is in here. Steve says we wait for this show. Everybody waits for it. That's
Yay.
good. I'm glad you guys kind of like the show and have fun and stuff. And Fetije says that is how you pronounce her name. She says yes, so that's an awesome
See,
thing.
that's good.
Hey, Christine, good to see you.
Four people now.
I'm going to see you live on Saturday. It's coming up. We're going to have a really cool psychic party at the Lumber Baron Inn. It's going to be crazy. That thing just blew up.
Awesome.
It got nuts. We had the Mason House thing that didn't go so well, and then all of a sudden I put the thing up for Lumber Baron. I said, let's have a psychic party, and people are like, I'm in. So we've got all these cool people that just are signed up for that event. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yay.
Okay, so wow, I don't know what I'm going to do. This person says, "Hey, it's from Dhaka. Please spell me, please. Spell me, please. Qamruz is the first name. I'm not even going to attempt that one, D. I'm not even going to give it a
What is
shot.
it again? Como?
Okay,
QUE what?
Qamruz.
Guamruz? Guamru?
Last name is Bappy.
QUAMRUZ?
Bappy. Yeah. I'm not going to give it a shot, but hello and thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Guambrus. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go with that one. Why not? Why not? Kelly says this is a great midweek break. We totally agree. This is like a good, fun thing for us to do too. We just come on here and hang out with you guys and be dumb and have fun, and it's so cool. Someone named
Yeah.
Daniel. Cla- so I have a question. Did Dee get her ticket yet? Dee, did you get your ticket yet?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Jessica says moist box talkers in the house. All right.
All right. Bringing the moist over
Bringing the moist
before the
in.
after party.
Bringing the moist in. That's great. Steve, hello, Daniel. So that's to Daniel. He doesn't care about us. Hi, Dan. Okay. Um, Margaret just popped in. Linda. Hey, she made it. Love the show. Hey, glad to have you here, Linda. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping by. Hey, I wanted to make a couple announcements before we get started. Is that okay, Dee? Because I want to talk about
Yeah, go for it.
just a couple cool things that are happening. So
Go for it. Go for
on
it.
my side, as you guys know, we've got the if you guys are interested in any of the events, we'll talk more about events as we go through. But we've got the cool thing, this psychic party with the Moon family happening at the Lumber Baron Inn in Denver on Saturday. If you're interested in tickets, grab that one. Here's the thing: on the 11th, and Dee doesn't even know this one yet. God, my wife doesn't even know this one yet. I haven't. It's been such a crazy day. I haven't been able to tell you guys. So I've got big news. Immediately following the show next week on the 11th. Immediately following the show next week on the 11th will be the premiere of the music video, "The Spirits Are Calling," by some guy named Chris Moon.
Some dude.
Yeah, who I'm going to be doing the premiere of that music video on YouTube. So I want to send everybody over there immediately after the show. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited about it. We've worked really hard on it between the song and the music video. We are really, really excited about that. So that's going to be an awesome thing. And then on the 13th, we got the Rutger Mansions coming up, the Ghost Hunter University at the Rutger Mansions. That's going to be incredibly awesome if you guys can make it up in Utica, New York. Again, you can find the ticket links up on my page. And then on the 16th, the Tuesday, which will be following, I believe, Phenomena Encountered, we're going to have the premiere of Ghostbox Chronicles 3, the debut.
It's going to be after, right?
Yeah, it's going to be, I think 9 p.m. So I think that my time, so that's 11 p.m. Yeah, it should be good. It should be good. Okay. So that's going to be coming out on the 16th. So, and that's going to have the whole new intro. It's going to have some new cameras, better lighting, better direction. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. But I wanted to tell you about that. And then on the 20th, we have, I've got the debut Paranormal Psychic Expo. And then on the 27th, the big Chilla in Manila Paracon is coming up, and that's going to feature Dee. It's going to feature Dan. It's going to feature Chris Sutton. It's going to feature Mama Moon. It's going to feature some guy named Chris. It's going to feature all kinds of cool people, and those tickets are starting to sell, guys. So seriously, grab those if you can. It's going to be awesome.
Grab them.
So yeah, that's all my announcements. That's all I wanted to say.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Sorry. Since you're not saying
hi, people in Mixler now, they're popping in and they're saying, hi, Mooney and Dee. Hello, everyone in Mixler.
Hello, everyone in Mixler.
I don't have as many people as you do.
Hello, everyone in Mixler. That's my record impression.
But, see, the good thing is that I can see both chat rooms.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you sneak over. Like sometimes I get behind on Paranormal Warehouse, and you just kind of slip over there, and you're like, "Oh, let me get a question from there," and you act like it's from your side, and then I get very confused because I ask the same question or say the same thing. It's terrible.
Yeah, I like doing.
Just so you know, Cora says "zoinks" over there.
What have we done?
I don't know.
Oh no!
I do know, actually. I don't want to talk about it. It's pretty bad. We're not going to get into that.
No, maybe at the after party, but not right now.
Not right now. Steve said, I said hi to you guys, LOL. Oh, hey. Okay, Steve. As long as it wasn't just to Daniel, that's okay. Then that's all right. Diane, love the show, guys. We love you, Diane. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Kristen says, hello from Ohio, Mooney and Dee. Well, hello. How are you? It's good to hear from you. Colette says, wish I could go to that party. Yeah, Colette, you need to move to America because over in your world, it's very, very late right now, and you always miss that. It's always too bad. So one of these days you'll make it over here. Jessica says, yay, of course, because that's important. Marie, hi. With hearts. Love you. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. We had an awesome time the other day if you ever want to talk about that. Tonya, she's crying. She's laughing. She's crying. It's just, she's into this. Laura says, Lake Ozarks, Missouri here. Awesome.
Hello.
And then Tyler says, this is my first time seeing this. Well, hi, Tyler. Welcome to the welcome to the show. Welcome to the family. Yeah, we are a little crazy. No, maybe a little bit more than crazy, actually. We're kind of loony. She calls me Loony Mooney, just so you guys know, on the show. I'm Loony Mooney.
And what am I again?
Oh my God, it's actually Laura who came up with it. Something Latina.
Latina Fruit Loop.
Yeah, my little Latina Fruit Loop. That's what she calls you. My little Latina Fruit Loop. So yeah. Michelle says hi from Louisville, Kentucky. Hello, how are you? It's good to hear from you. Dee, I'm going to actually let you talk about what we're doing tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be another big episode of Box Talk, and we are really excited about this one. This is something we're truly geeking out over this whole idea that we came up with for tomorrow. So
yeah, we're really excited about this one for tomorrow because, as you guys know, tomorrow's Thursday, Box Talk Day, and it's not just any Thursday. And if you guys know Mooney and I very well, you know why we're so excited before I even say it. It's May the 4th! May the 4th be with
May
you.
the 4th be with
So,
you. We're so excited.
so we are. It's awesome. I'm excited. So tomorrow's episode is going to be all talking about the Force.
It's all Star Wars all the time, and it's going to. Hopefully, we can kind of tie in because I've always had kind of a theory that Dee and I talked about a while
Yes.
ago about how kind of the whole Force idea kind of works in with the paranormal, how it's
It
kind
does.
of based in some religious context. I'm sure you guys know about all that stuff, but we're going to kind of dig deep into that and have some fun with Star
It's
Wars.
all going to be Star Wars, the Force, and we're going to link it with our Box Talk show, and it's going to be awesome. So that's what we're going to be focusing on more tomorrow, and we're excited because, we're going to get to talk, we can even talk about the movies. What are your favorite parts of the movies? Which one do you like more? Which one do you not like? Stuff like that. How do you like the way they link up together? Is there loopholes that you don't like? Is there stuff like that?
Yes, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a really good
It
time with all that
is.
stuff. So, if you guys don't like Star Wars, probably not the best show to tune in to tomorrow. But I think you will. We'll have fun. We'll make it fun no
You
matter
want to
what.
see my Leia buns? Tune in tomorrow.
Ooh, Leia buns tomorrow. That's enough to tune in right there. If Dee is doing Leia buns, you guys have to tune in. So very important. Just touching base with the chat room again. Tanya says, "Cause of Zoinks and Moist." Linda says it's a good crazy. So we are a good crazy. Jeremy says hi from Middle Tennessee. Hello, Jeremy in Middle Tennessee. Kyle, always awesome. He says Daniel, D, and Moon are family to me, not just mates. And Kyle, you're definitely part of the family here too, and we love having you stop by every single time. And Laura says about the Fruit Loop, the little Latina Fruit Loop. She says yes, it fits. Hope you're both smiling and smiling, my loopy friends. We are smiling, as you can see.
Real big.
Timothy says, hey, sorry I'm late, everybody. No worries, Timothy. Thanks for making it in. Jennifer says, hello, Chris and Dee. Grounded Paranormal loves you. Oh, we love Grounded
Love you back.
Paranormal. We love you. Thank you. Love that you guys tune in every week and stuff. We really appreciate it. Hey, and this is just our little plea that we make a couple of times every show because we kind of, we want everybody to know what's going on. If you're enjoying the show, if you're having fun, if we make you smile, if we make you laugh, if you learn something from the show, if you do us a favor and share this video right now on your timeline, and if you think your friends would enjoy it, your family would enjoy it, then they can become our friends. We can all hang out together, and it just becomes a bigger family, and that's kind of how it all works. So we appreciate the hearts, we appreciate the love, and if you guys don't mind sharing the video and letting people know that you're watching us, we would really appreciate it because, as you know, or for those who don't know, especially on Box Talk News, you guys are really the guests. We like
Yes.
we talk to you, we read your comments. You're usually our conversation starter, and we try to kind of come up with our topics that way.
Didn't work out last week.
It didn't work out last week, but the Thursday shows we come in with more of a plan. We've got a set topic, and sometimes we get to that, sometimes we don't. But Wednesday shows just usually are out of control. They're just fun, they're funny, they're sometimes entertaining, and hopefully you learn something. Sometimes there's a reading in there. You never know. Things pop around. It's fun. It's so much
This is
fun.
last week. I kind of regret.
Well, that was the after party part.
I'm kind of glad I didn't read it during the actual.
I'm very
show.
glad you didn't read it because things would be terrible.
It was
right now.
paranormal news, but
Oh, it was some strange paranormal news. And hey,
and
guys,
we won't get into it.
yeah, we have a thing that we do, just so you know, after this show, after we go off the air on Paranormal Warehouse, we head over to the old time Mixler internet radio station, and we have kind of a quick after party, 10 or 15
Yeah.
minutes where we hang out and talk. It's more of an adult show, no holds barred, no kids under 18, please. That's kind of how we put it. And we just get goofy and loopy and talk about some fun, dumb things that are more adult
Crazy.
oriented. So if you guys are ever interested, please pop over there. Dee will she'll put the link in the chat room several times, I'm sure. So if you guys are interested, you can do that.
It's supposed to be 10 to 15 minutes, but last week we went an hour.
No hour this time.
No,
Nothing,
no, I can't do
nothing
it.
is going to go that long. The subject just got out of control, and
I can't do an hour. Today.
our naughty after party box talkers are coming in here trying to start some
They're trying to,
box talk after party. Is not going to happen. We're not acknowledging it over here. We're not talking about it over here because we may have some young listeners. We might have some people that are
That's
easily
true.
offended. So we're not going to get into that. But I promise you, we will on the other side. Melody Haight says, "Hey, yay! I figured out how to watch with a big smile. Yay, Melody! We're so glad you're here." Let's see here. I'm just ready. Oh, the madam is in the house. Just so you know.
Oh, hi!
Yeah.
I love the madam.
She
Love
says.
you. Thank
She,
you for joining.
yeah, she says, "Hey there. Didn't realize you're on this early. Yay!" Yeah. Wednesdays we do start earlier, 7:30 Eastern time,
Eastern.
and tomorrow night we're 9:30 Eastern time. So
Yeah.
7:30 on Wednesday, 9:30 on Thursday. Got it.
Yes.
Jennifer already shared the video. Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing. We appreciate it. Laura did too. Thank you so much. Steve's way ahead of us. Kelly shared it. You guys are so awesome. Colette,
They rule.
yeah. Jason, I'm not sure what's going on here. Jason says, "My life is going." I'm going to finish that sentence because I don't know.
Going great.
Great. That's where
I
we want
hope.
to go with that. My life is going wonderfully there. So if there's something else going on, Jason, let me know. We'll talk a little bit about it. Um, God, Melody, Linda, everybody's sharing. You guys are so awesome. Uh-oh. Jennifer says, "Be careful, Mooney. You may get D to snort. LOL." That is a possibility on this show. It usually always happens. It's not that we even try over here, but something funny comes up, D snorts, and then things just go off the rails pretty quickly. I don't mind so much on Wednesdays when it happens, but when we're like having that serious Thursday show, we're trying to really get into something in depth, and then D gets like a comment or something, and she starts laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
We never get back on track after that. I
I
try.
really try. I do. I try my best. If you guys see the, that's when you know that I read a comment, and you know, like you guys already know it's gonna make me laugh. You all do it on purpose too. Like,
Yeah, they do. They know.
they do.
They know it's going to
No.
happen. They push. They do push a little bit.
I'm just here like, no. But
No,
anywho,
it'll
yeah.
happen. Philip says, "Not me. He's being good." Thank you, Philip.
Thank you, Philip.
We appreciate the maturity. Thank you so much. Ooh, Selena, hi from NOLA. Hey, Selena, that's awesome. Love NOLA. As you guys, from those of you who do know, that's like one of my favorite places on the face of this earth. I love New Orleans. I love the French Quarter. I love the Garden District. I love the Warehouse District. I love New Orleans. Oh my God. So, cool announcement on that one. I just wanted to tell you. I actually. Am going to be doing a date on the book tour in New Orleans. So my mom and I will be down in New Orleans for the book tour too. Yay! That's going to be fun. We actually just decided to do that the other day.
Cool.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Stephanie wants to know if there's any dinner tickets left for the party on Saturday, the psychic party on Saturday at the Lumber Baron Inn. Yes, Stephanie, there are dinner tickets left, but it's really selling super fast. Like I said, it's kind of crazy. So if you want to get some more tickets, or if there's somebody else who wants to get tickets, please tell them to get it, I'd say tonight, tomorrow, latest. Because I think we're going to sell out on this thing. I think it's going to be pretty big. So, yay.
Yeah.
Diane wants to know, are you to talk about the paranormal? Are you to, I'm going to assume she's saying, are you going to talk about the paranormal?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk about the paranormal.
We do. We just like to acknowledge our awesome listeners because it's intro time right now. We're still in intro time, right?
Yeah, we're around there.
We do it. Yeah, we do that.
We
Yeah.
do what we do.
But anywho,
I was trying to be really serious when I said that. We do what we do.
we do what we do.
We're just, we're just having
We're just
fun.
excited because it's fun to see every week we meet up with you guys here, and I get excited. I get excited to see you guys in the chat room, and we like to make sure that we acknowledge all of you as you're popping in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course we talk about the paranormal.
Yeah.
We like to bring up things that we've seen happening lately and things like that. And you guys bring up the topics, ask us questions, and we answer them.
Well, as a matter of fact, Dee, in a very natural, strange way, I am going to talk about the paranormal. Listen to this. Mari
Okay.
and I did a reading last week. I did a video reading for Mari. I didn't want to just say, I did a reading for Mari, but she brought it up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Here we go. And this is paranormal and psychic, both. Ooh, creepy. D. Chris.
Yes.
Figured it out. The picture. Remember? LOL. And thank you so much. Chris, it was a super reading. And that's, it was a super reading! Exclamation point. So, with hearts. So I just wanted to say Mari had a really cool connection. I'm not going to get into the people, just she wants to talk about it, but she had a very clear, precise connection through video on the box, and it was really interesting because a lot of the information that came through the box was things that there was no way I could have ever known. It's just kind of how it works. And it was really specific kind of things, and led her to a path that she's been working on for a while from a psychic standpoint. And she sent me a picture afterwards of a bunch of books relating to that specific subject that she's like, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. And it was just incredible, the synchronicity of how it all came together. So, Mari, thank you so much. It was really cool. It was really fun to have you. And she had a situation with some things coming in and out of the location, and I think we solved it. I think we worked it out, and I'll let her tell us for sure. But yeah, and it even got so specific that it talked about a door where a vortex was, and she knew exactly where it was, and I had no idea. And yeah, pretty cool stuff.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So now we've talked about the paranormal. Anyway, Dee, how are you? No, I'm just kidding.
And that's our paranormal news.
And that's
for tonight.
it for tonight. That's it for tonight. The madam says, "Hi, Dee and Mooney. Going to see a show in a bit, but watch a few. Yay!" So she's going to stay with us for a little bit.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Kyle says, "Beware of any trollers. I've been trained by the Force, and it will be used." Ha ha ha. We have Jedi Kyle with us for tomorrow.
Jedi Kyle.
It's very important. Very important. Oh, Bobby's over here too. Hi, Bobby.
Yeah, she's in two places at once. That's awesome.
Oh, Bobby.
That's kind of paranormal.
Yeah, well, she's not being faithful though to Mixler.
But it's okay. It's all box talk.
It's all box talk, baby. It's all box talk. Let's see here. I'm just going. Denise Garcia. Now that's paranormal. That's paranormal. She actually, you somehow commented in the Paranormal Warehouse chat room. I don't know how. I don't know how. That's almost impossible. Yeah, Bobby says she's got to pop in on this feed too. Colette, come over to the UK for your book tour. I'd like to meet you. Colette, that is actually part of the plan. We are actually talking about coming to your side of the world and doing a little book tour over there, maybe for about a week, signing some books, doing some events. God, Mooney in Europe, that's a frightening thought. Oh my God, I don't know. And Mama Moon, that's too. Kelly Kelch says, will you be in Grand Junction, Colorado at any point? Kelly, from time to time, I actually do the college up in Grand Junction. I love that campus, and hopefully this year they'll bring us back, my mom and I, and we'll come and lecture up at the college, and hopefully it'll be open to the public, and you can come see us there.
Awesome.
Okay, Jason's come back because he's the one who kind of had the blank statement there in the beginning. Jason, where is my life going? I've been having some difficulties. My father I think, died of lung cancer. Somebody else in the future. I'm not, Jason, if I could have you retype your question one more time. I'm just not clear exactly what you're saying there. I apologize, but I just can't make out exactly what your question is. So please feel free to ask me again. Kyle says manscaping. Ha ha ha.
No.
I just want to really quickly. I like to take this portion. Now everybody knows Dan and I are working on our show. We're working on our show for manscaping. And it's going to be, of course, called now Here Comes the Groom, because we're talking about the... See, D can't take this seriously, but, I've told people before, this is about... If you watch people on the paranormal on TV, they're just not well-groomed, especially the men. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to come out with a show that talks about taking care of the beard, taking care of the hair, taking care of exfoliation, men problems, things like that. So... He's just laughing over the top of me. But, Dan and I knew that this was a real situation, so we decided to come up with the show, Here Comes the Groom, and we're planning on putting that out here very soon. It's going to be a show on Paranormal Warehouse. And the reason it's on Paranormal Warehouse, obviously, is because it's directed at paranormal men. And we're really hoping for some success with that. So look forward to...
Kyle says he wants to be your first customer.
Yeah, Kyle, come on the show. You can be a guest. We can talk a little bit about manscaping from a paranormal standpoint. We can talk about peppermint versus salt extracts. We can talk about all those types of things. And if we want to talk about some orbs or EVPs, we can do that as well. Amber comes in. She says, hi, guys. You're awesome. Amber, hi. We think you're awesome. Right, Dee?
Yes.
We think Amber's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Uh-oh. Dee.
Wait.
Hi
What?
from the goat. Jeff's in here.
Hi, Goat.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yes,
But
I'm excited. He's always so happy to see me, so I'm happy to see him back. Hello, Goat. How you doing? I hope you're doing great.
well, he follows
Glad
that
to
up
see
with
you in there.
how are you doing, D? It's kind of a one-way conversation right now. So how are you, D? So he knows.
I'm doing good. I'm
Uh,
doing great. How are you doing, Goat? Are you doing good? Are you having a good week?
I'll get way down into that in the comments, so we have to wait on that one. We're going to go ahead.
I
Um,
might see his response before you do.
well, I feel like Jeff is having a good week. I could be wrong, but I just got a
Hi
good vibe.
to you too. He just responded.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Um, Jennifer says, "Woohoo, Mixler is awesome." Ye- Um, okay, boy, Jason, I am having the toughest time, and I'm not trying to single you out here. I know you have a question, and I'm just not able to read it. What I was wondering is if my Denon need a girl in my future. I think I know where you're getting, but I'm not positive. So one more time, retype that for me. Type very carefully. I want to make sure that we're answering the question correctly. Junie, Mooney, have you found?
Jeff says that he's doing well. So just to
Oh, I was
answer.
right. I knew it was a good week.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a great week. Hmm.
uh, it is a good week. Oh, guys, before I go any further, retrograde is dead. Retrograde is
Oh
dead.
yes, I'm glad
It's
you're bringing
gone.
that up.
It's
I'm glad you're
done.
bringing.
It is done. Today's the day. It's over. But
So there
remember,
might still be a little hangover left. So
that's
I mean, don't be discouraged if you say I thought retrograde was over. Why am I? Because you got the residual that still it kind of lingers a little bit, just a little bit. It's not going to be as bad,
yeah.
but
I call it the retrograde reverb because what it does is it goes for like a week and a half. It's going to get better. You're going to see improvement every single day with the energy that's out there. But there's going to be some bizarro, weird things that happen, especially with electronics and luck. Those are the two things that are up and down right
Moon.
now. Yeah.
Uh,
Yes?
okay, no, you're good. You went quiet for like a second, but you came back.
Maybe for you, everybody else heard me. See, we're talking about retrograde. That's what happens. So
See, let's not talk about retrograde.
the
That's fine.
universe just proved my point. That's the kind of thing that can happen. Weird stuff. So even though the retrograde is over, expect a couple of weird days, but everything's going to be okay. It's going to be all right.
Dun dun. That's it. Yeah.
Hey, Junie, Mooney, have you found the Robert video? I have actually been searching for the Robert video.
To find it,
I have been searching for the Robert video.
you need to find it and
I
put
am
it up.
trying desperately. Here's the thing. It was so out there for so long. I mean, so many people
Everybody's
saw that.
asking you for
I
that
know.
video.
And Lee and I talked about it because we had seen it for so long ago, that now
Uh-huh.
it's become, it's vanished. So I need to do some research. I might actually have to contact the museum down there and ask them if they can provide me with it and if they would be willing to give me a copy. And if anybody down there knows, please, 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 just give me a copy. I will give full credit to the museum. I just want to show the video of him where you can see him actually running down the hall in the shadow that follows back behind him. That's the one I'm looking for. Thank you in advance. I'm Italian. What do you want? I use my hands. It's what I do.
Anywho, no. Bobby has a question. It's directed to me, but we can actually make this like a quick
No, just
topic.
you take it. You go.
No, we can make it a
no.
quick topic.
It's all about
Moon-
Bobby. It's all about D. Go ahead.
God, oh my God, are you gonna start?
No, I'm joking. I'm having fun.
Okay, good. Anywho, no, I'm just kidding.
I just need to do a
Anyways,
commercial while you're doing that, if you don't mind.
go ahead. Go with your commercial.
That's
What's
it.
your
I just. Oh, you didn't see me do it, did you? Here, watch.
I didn't see. Well, see, because there's a lag, so I'll probably see it come up like in a bit. Oh, you probably picked up the yeah. I know what you did. I don't even have to look.
There.
I already know what you did.
I did my
already-
big smile.
Yeah,
I did my big smile.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
You
yeah.
can send the
And the
case
what-
directly to the White Wolf office. Okay, go ahead. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm done.
Now, anywho, ja, you're gonna make me whip out the Spanish again.
No, I said go ahead. I'm just sitting here waiting.
You keep on interrupting. Every time I start, you say something. ¿Me vas a dejar hablar, sí o no?
No.
Entonces, síguele, ándale.
See.
Anyways, like I was saying, Bobby had a question. And it was directed at me, but we can make it a little topic because I've seen a pattern with this happening lately for a while now, and it ties in really well with tomorrow's subject. That's why I was like, ooh, let me bring this up. So she asked me, Dee, how strong are your abilities getting? I know mine are. Like she feels that she's opening up to things more. And Moon, remember, we were talking about this the other day when I messaged you, and I told you that I had that when I was talking to my cousin, and that thing that happened, and I was like, oh wow. And then you told me, yeah, you're opening up to stuff a lot quicker now and better. And I have been noticing that it's been crazy for me. Like my abilities have been getting stronger, but I've actually been noticing that it's like a common thing with people that are opening up, like their abilities are getting stronger, like sort of like there's been an awakening, like, there's been an awakening.
Yes.
Did you feel it?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, yeah, it goes in with the whole Star Wars thing. There's been an awakening. People are opening up and feeling it and realizing that there's more out there. It's not just people are unlearning what they have learned, if you will.
Ooh, don't waste it all today.
I'm sorry.
Don't waste it all today because we need some of this for tomorrow.
I can't help it. I'm such a geek.
You must learn. Yeah. We can't do that now. We got to wait for tomorrow.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
There it is. Don't see. We're not even gonna do the show tomorrow. It's just over. Dee's doing everything today. All the good stuff is being taken right now. Okay,
fine. I'll just go or whatever. However Chewie does his thing, I can't do it.
Do that tomorrow.
Can you do it?
I don't know. I'll try though. I'll try tomorrow.
Try tomorrow.
I'll try.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of that, something that from a serious standpoint, we talked about this a while ago. The 2012 when we were working on the Ghost Box in the very beginning. I talked about this once before too. Edison came through when we were talking to the team and all that, and he said, there's the 2012 directive. So everybody thought that 2012 meant the end of the world or some bizarre thing happening and everything else. But what it truly meant was it was the complete and total thinning of the veil. So if you notice around 2012, the sightings went up, the EVPs got higher, new equipment came out. I mean, everything blew up at 2012 for whatever reason. And I think that was the final crack in the veil. I think that was our opening into this new world that we're experiencing right now, the good and the bad. So a lot of people who are sensitive and psychic, and everybody is to a certain degree, but people who have very strong abilities are starting to really wake up right now and experience these things. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that whole situation.
But it's true. It's true. You can tell that there's been a thinning of the veil, and people are opening up, and are becoming more open-minded too, and it's realizing that
it's a crack, and that's not just ghosts and things along those lines, but crypto sightings are up. UFO.
Oh God, that's crazy. Yeah, the UFO sightings are nuts, right? Like they've gone up more than what they usually have.
Yeah, the UFO sightings are just, they've become so blatant now. I mean, they're obvious. They're happening in the middle of major cities. They're, not hiding. I think there's a major disclosure on the way here pretty
As
quickly.
A matter of fact, speaking of that, I don't know if you remember a couple weeks, well, the night, remember the night that you were on that radio show? And I was getting drunk at the island, and I was like, you better say hi to me.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Remember that?
I do remember that. Yes.
Bothering you while you were on the show.
Yes.
But thank you for saying hi to me. But hey, I had
Twice.
everyone listening.
You did.
Good friend. So, anywho, that night after all that, we went to go because there was supposed to be. I know that night there was supposed to be a meteor shower. So, and that's one of my favorite things to do is to go out there, sit and look at the meteor showers. And when you're at the island, it's a perfect place because there's no light, super dark, it's perfect. Well, that night, David can back me up on this. My daughter saw it. Her best friend, Jeremy, was there with us. It was myself. We were sitting there, we were waiting for the meteor showers, and we saw 3 things in the sky that at first I was like, oh, maybe it's a drone. Nah, it wasn't a plane. It wasn't, just the way they were like moving, and then like they'd go back to their position, and then when they would come back and they would like do this thing, and then they'd go, and I was like, oh my God. And I every time I tried to record it, it wouldn't come up on my phone, like
right.
Lights, and it was crazy. And I wasn't as surprised because it's not the first time we've seen that. It's not, but it has been happening more often, and it's been happening a lot more down here.
Yeah,
so
getting super frequent. And that's
Hmm.
exactly what we talked about before. My wife actually, she was a huge skeptic when it came to UFOs, and we had
Hmm.
a July 4th sighting where she saw exactly what you were talking about. And at that point, she was like, there's no explanation. I can't deny what I saw. So, yeah, it's
Hmm.
interesting how much more is happening right now. It totally is. Um, Okay, just want to jump back in the room before I get too far behind here. Laura said, "Did Mama Moon find her smile after the photo you shared earlier?" Yeah, guys, that video that was just a shot from the music video shoot down at the Lumber Baron Inn. So we were, you'll see the whole intro in the music video and how it all worked. But that was just her, being very intense and pensive, looking at the house. And like one of the owners, Elaine, was like, "Oh my God, does she hate the house? Oh my God!" I'm like, "No, she doesn't hate the house. It's just we were just being, us." Um, hey Jeff, how are you? Mari says, I sent a picture. I sent Dee a pic of my dogs, and there was three animals. I only have two, and that was it. The ghost cat. LOL.
Oh, that's
That's what
right.
came through in her reading was about a ghost cat that was in her
She
house.
sent me that picture.
Yeah, I well, she didn't send it to me. She didn't think
Well,
I
the
was
thing is,
important enough to get it.
she sent me that picture a long time ago, way before she had the
Oh,
reading with you.
well, Mari, I'd love to see the picture too. Dee's not going to send it to me, so if you could send me the picture, I would love to see it.
Why do you think I wouldn't send it to you?
Because you're you. Hey, oh, I'm joking. Oh, look at, oh, see, that's why I cause those. I like those reactions. That's why I do it. Um, guys, seriously, if you're having fun with the show and hanging out with us tonight again, if you wouldn't mind sharing the video, if you wouldn't mind putting the video up on your timeline, telling your friends, hey, these guys are pretty cool or whatever, and we like to hang out with them, we would totally appreciate that if you would do that. Please share the video, and if you can send us some hearts and some love, we'd appreciate that too. Thank you very much. Um, Junie says Mixler will forever rule. Yeah. Um, oh, Jeff said, "Hey Mooney," but listen to this. D, you always look great. I think that's how
Oh,
he said
thank
it
you.
too. D, you always look great.
I like it. If that's how he said it, I like it.
I think so. I think that's right. Um,
Bobby has a question for you, but you know what? I'll let you because this is gonna. I'm sure you can give us the Reader's Digest version of this, but just go on some more questions, and then I'll ask that
okay,
one.
yeah. Let me get a couple more people in here really
Yeah.
quickly. Janet Duncan says hello from Hutchinson, Kansas. Hi, Janet, in my neighboring state. How are you? Good. Glad you were able to pop in. John says recovering in a nursing home where people die in torment. I've seen things. Hey, that I gotta tell you, just the experience I had. I've had a few relatives. I think we all have who've had to go into some kind of assisted care um, situation, and it's terrible. It's a terrible situation to watch these once proud people being put into these almost adult daycare abusive situations from time to time. It's a terrible thing, and I'm sure you've probably seen some stuff as far as people passing and things along those lines. And my personal opinion on that is I think that it's so in so many cases it's so stressful and so traumatic, and so many of them are in that dementia or Alzheimer's state, that it really does cause some strange spiritual activity as they're passing, as they're crossing. So, yeah, I'm sure you have. If you have any stories, please feel free to share them here. Christina, hi, how are you? Joyanne, hello. I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks. You and your beautiful daughter. Um, let's see here. Kyle's happy he got you laughing way back when.
Can I ask Bobby's question now? And the reason why I want to ask the question. Okay, are you there, Moon? Why do I not hear
I
you?
no, I'm here. I was just
Oh,
waiting
okay.
for because I still have a million people to talk to. But yeah, no,
Well,
go ahead, go
but
ahead.
I
No,
mean,
no,
yeah,
no, it's fine, it's fine. No, I'm sure
well because
it's got to be the most important question ever. Go
oh
ahead.
my god. And you know what? Like whatever. You just want to sit there and read every single one coming in. We gotta do the show.
I love the listeners. I
I
love the
know,
Box
so do
Talkers. I love
so do
Bucks Talk
I.
Squad.
But we can
I
have
love them all.
so do I. But you know what that means that we have to do? You know what that means we have to do?
What?
And I'm just gonna, you know what? This is how this show started. Now I'm just, you're gonna hate me for it. And you can say, okay, here we go. But it's gonna end up happening. You know what we're gonna have to do?
What?
We're gonna end up having to do a box top Q&A. That's it.
Hey,
Because that's what this it's or we should change the name to box talk Q&A.
well, but okay. So we already agreed that Box Talk News. There are guests, the people who come and listen to us. These awesome people who take time out of their night to log in to the two crazy people on Paranormal Warehouse.
Yeah.
We say you are
But then
our
we're not
peeps.
talking.
talking to you. I'm answering questions. I'm talking about paranormal. I'm talking about psychic readings. I'm talking about the Force. I'm talking about that stuff. I don't know what you're doing.
Don't be mean to me.
I'm not being mean. I'm just saying these people
You are.
rock, and you don't want me to talk to them. It's fine.
I
So, guys, just be.
Okay,
Let's
wait
be
a
clear.
minute. Wait a
Let's be
minute. Wait,
clear.
whoa. No, no, don't you dare.
So D is
Don't.
saying that
Now,
I'm not allowed to answer any more questions.
Lucy is going to come out and you are going to be scared. Stop it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Moon, I'm just playing with you. Anyway, I know I'm not telling you not to talk to you. You know, I love them all. I love them. Box Talk Squad. Hello. Love them all. It's just that I really want to ask Bobby's question because I think it's important. Let me tell you why. Because there's a lot of people that have never tuned in, and there's a lot of people that are listening right now that probably don't know this. And it'd be good for you to fill them in on this. Do you want to know what the question is?
I guess.
Oh my God. Christopher.
Of course I do. Go ahead. And I love Bobby too, so yes, I want to know. Go ahead.
Okay. She says, how did he and his mama get into working together? I think that it's an important thing for you to talk about because there's several people that have never heard us before and probably don't know that.
Ah, yes, that probably is an important
¿Ya ves?
thing. Yes, that is
Ay.
important. Sí.
Es que
Agree.
no me, siempre que te digo algo, nunca me crees. Ándale.
Right. No, I'll hurry.
Go.
I'm sorry. No, so yeah, that is a good question. So for those who don't know, I do work with my mom. Her name is Paulette, but she is known to everyone as Mama Moon. All of our abilities have been handed down through our family, all the way back to, we've traced it back to my great aunt, who taught my mom how to read fortune cards, which are basically a version of tarot cards. And my mom kind of forced her abilities down for years and years and years, but I became her experiment once I was born. So she would listen to me and kind of test me a little bit to see what I really knew, what I was experiencing, and things like that. So I actually started touring in bands very early on. When I was about 18 years old, off and on, I was in different bands over the years. But when I decided to go quote unquote professional, if you can say professional, with the magazines and things like that I was doing with the paranormal and psychic aspect of things, I actually invited my mom to come along with me on a couple of investigations. And when I invited her to come with me on the investigations, of course, all of the psychic empathic abilities opened up right then and there in the investigations, and I basically turned to her and I said, why are you not doing this full time? And her life just kind of led to that point that it became a full-time thing. We do our Moon Family Psychic Experience, the psychic parties, we do investigations together. We just wrote a book together that's coming out in August, and we tour the country all the time. So I work with my mom. My mom's like one of my best friends in the world. Love her. So and if you get to know her, she's very cool. She's not your typical mama. She's a different kind of lady. So that's a little bit of the story. That's kind of how it went. And like I said, we're going on this massive book tour starting in August, where we're going to come see all of you guys, and we're going to sign books and do psychic stuff and paranormal stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. See, you don't trust me. I told you
I
that was a
do
good question.
trust you too. I do.
Thank you. Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Yeah, and thank you for asking, Bobby. That was really good. Kelly says that the Grand Junction College is very near her, so that would work out pretty well. Christina says, hi, Moon. Do I have to worry about my ex-abuser hurting our daughter? He has overnights for the first time this Saturday. Christina, and I know this goes back to, I think, last week or the week before. I can't remember which, but while it is a serious situation, I think he's on his best behavior right now, which is going to work to your advantage. I don't think that you have to worry about anything at this point because there are so many eyes on them. So I think you're good this time around, but keep working on that. Like I talked about, don't be vigilant. Keep working on it. Very, very important.
That was for Junie. You don't know what I just did. She'll understand.
Okay, yeah, I thought you were telling me to hurry up. I was like, this is
No.
serious. I'm like, Dee, really, this is not the time to be like, yeah,
No.
speed up.
She knows what. That was for Junie.
Can I keep going? Okay. Wow. Margaret said, that made my stomach hurt. John Garcia. What was that? I don't know what that was about.
I don't know.
I hope it was.
I did though.
I hope it was a funny good thing. That's pretty good too, Junie. For the name of the show, we're going to call it "Here Come the Groom," but "Here Comes the Groom." But she says, "Why don't we call it Paracleansing?" That's pretty good too.
I like
that one.
it.
That might be because obviously the show's going to be very popular. So maybe what Dan and I will do is we'll actually start a spin-off show where we can bring on some different guests and do that kind of thing. Um,
Mhm.
okay, Joyanne, I'm worried about my children due to a recent family death and ongoing issues with addiction and their dad. Can you please tell me if there's anyone watching over them to get them through this? It's so heartbreaking, and I want to know if someone in particular is watching over them, please. Um, I actually get a very protective older male presence. I want to say grandfather. It definitely has that kind of energy to it. Who is trying to regulate things? It's very difficult because the situation is very intense. I feel like there might be some substance abuse involved in that situation. Um, oh, it's actually in your comment. Yeah, there is some addiction going on there. So yeah, I think that there's some frustration there, but I think things are going to work out. I think that he's watching over them. Um, okay, really quickly, I'm just going to read one more. D, I'll have you jump back in. Jennifer says, Mooney, I think I'm coming into a gift. I sometimes get a feeling in my chest when walking into a room, but also when I close my eyes and I can see people standing around me. Jennifer, the first part of that is an empathic gift. So basically, you're kind of like a weather vane, picking up people's emotions and things along those lines. My mom has that same situation. That's where you're going to need to start. That's your first level of development. Try to the most important thing with that is to pick up on what's going on. Try to relieve or receive the messages, relay the messages if you need to, but always keep yourself grounded, because if you don't keep yourself completely grounded in all those situations, you will become that emotion. You'll become that upset, that hurt, whatever's happening at that time. So be really
Mhm.
cautious with that one. Very, very important.
Yeah, I agree. And then sometimes if you, like Moon says, if you don't become grounded, you can get confused. Wait, is that my emotion or is it something else I'm picking up on? So you have to be real careful with that.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything in Mixler
Yes.
before we keep going?
Let's see. Timothy made has a comment. He says, "I'm hosting an event at the Hinsdale House on August 25th, 7 p.m. until August 26th, 10 a.m. I'll be broadcasting. Good for you, Timothy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. Everybody check that out. Timothy's awesome. So if you get a chance, watch the live feed on that. It should be pretty cool. I tried
Exciting.
to watch him. I think it was last week at a location, and I had some problems with the video that was coming through. So if you guys get a chance, definitely check that out.
Yes, definitely.
Christine says, "LOL, you will have to feature my homemade sugar scrubs on the Manscaping show." Ooh, Christine, when I see you Saturday, let me, if you can, bring a couple of those for me. I'll start testing them out now, and we'll. Dee always laughs at everything I do, but I'll test those out, and I can get a review over to Daniel. I might actually mail him a couple and see if we can get things going with that. So yeah, thank you for doing that.
Great.
Is that okay with you, Dee?
Good
You
stuff.
know, I know that manscaping is not a big deal for you, obviously, but there are some people out there who have a real need for what we do. So it's very important that you understand that we're doing God's work here is what we're trying to do. So thank you. Some people. Okay, we've got Janet Duncan says from paranormal to men's self care products and procedures. Yeah, we jump around. We
Where's
try.
my beer? Where's my beer? I need my beer.
Somebody get Dia beer. Um, Kyle says, remember Mooney and Daniel, I want baby smooth face skin and silky shiny hair. That's not a problem. We've got you. We've got you on that one, Kyle. I'm telling you, first episode, you're going to be like, how did I survive without this? So, right off the bat. Let's see here. I'm just jumping around.
Mighty sent you the pic.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to check that out. Thank you, Mari. Philip, the Robert doll, yes, in Key West, Florida. It's a big thing. I talked about the doll. I talked about the curse that went along with the doll, the Robert doll. If you get a chance to look it up online, Lee Ulrich and I both have seen a video of him actually running down a hallway. It's pretty impressive. So if you can dig it up, I'd love it. I want to say the last time I probably saw that was early 2000s, so it's got to still be out there somewhere. We'll find it. We'll get it.
Hmm.
Kelly's going to look for it too. Okay, so Jason's going to try one more time here. Okay, this is easier to read. So I was wondering if I need something in the next 6 months, but I do romantically. Happy, so I apologize. I not text to text me. I feel like this is being translated for some reason. And that's my dad. Have anything to say? Really appreciate. Jason, you're going to kill me. I am just not getting what you're saying. D, do you see the comment over there?
I
Maybe
don't see it. Let me see. Let me get my
it's in
phone.
the. If you can understand exactly what Jason's trying to relay, I'd be happy to uh, answer that question. Sorry about that.
Let me go on my phone.
Thank you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to jump over Cheyenne. Hi, Cheyenne. Hey, y'all. My son just got his yellow strip. Both my kids got their yellow strip this week in martial arts. Hey, that's very cool, Cheyenne. Tell them congratulations from us. That's very, very awesome, especially from D, because D, not a lot of people know, has a serious martial arts history.
I do. Mm-hmm. I do actually. I used to do karate.
Yeah,
I, I did. I asked my husband. My gosh. God.
I'm not doubting you. I didn't judge. I was like, yeah, keep going, D. Talk about it. Tell them about it.
And I was actually very good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, I thought she was going to go on further, but that's okay. So,
Wait, do you want me to look for the comment, or do you want me to talk about karate?
no, no, I kind of
Karate.
karate. I threw you off on that one. No, but so anyway,
Okay.
D does karate. Um, that's
Like
that's
he
what,
does karate. Like I
that's
wake up.
that's what we're getting at. I don't know. Um, Tanya says my son is sensitive but scared of it. I wish I could communicate like he can. Yeah, Tanya. The most important thing with kids and being a kid who went through this crazy weird stuff from about age 7 on. Support him, listen to him, encourage him, and really support his gifts because you never know where they're going to go, and he's going to need a lot of encouragement from you because if he goes out publicly and starts talking about this stuff, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of ridicule even in today's world. So definitely support him and try to do that.
Why can't I see the older comments?
I don't know. They should be there.
It's not letting me.
If anybody can find the older comment and
Message it to me.
yeah,
Just send it to my inbox, to my messenger, and then I'll read it.
yeah,
So if somebody can like copy paste it and send it to me,
because D can decipher those things pretty well. Really,
I'm the decoder.
yeah, she is. Because there's times that I'll see a message and it's not exactly clear, and she'll be like, "Oh, it means this," and I'll be like, "Oh, okay." Um, Jennifer says, "Mooney, I think I'm coming into an ability and sometimes get a feeling in my chest when walking into a room, but also when I close my eyes, I see people standing around me. What do I do?"
We read that one already.
Yeah, I thought we did. She just rewrote it.
Yes.
So again, we're going to talk about the empathic aspect of it. That's the
Mm-hmm.
most important thing for you to
Level
do.
1.
Level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Madam says something that's really important. I think we need to talk about, guys, and this is just obvious. World events in the USA are giving me PTSD. Um,
God.
yeah, we are in a crazy time right now, and we're not getting into politics or anything like that, but it just seems like the energy in general right now is a very intense one. It's very standoffish.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like everybody is posturing and positioning, and hatred is just creeping its way back up into the mainstream again. And I don't think it's anything in particular that's going on, but I just think that there's this general vibe that's going on, and I think a lot of people who aren't in a good vibrational level on a lower level energy are just basically absorbing it and then they're taking it back out. There was just an incident that happened the other night in Boston. I don't know if you guys heard about this in sports with one of the outfielders in Boston. Somebody from the stands threw a bag of peanuts, and he's African American, and called him a terrible racial slur or slurs, and it was like going back, 70 years. It's bizarre how that just kind of came back up again. So, the feeling that I get, the messages that I'm getting is this is a challenge for people who are more enlightened to try to bring everybody else up to the right level. So try not to feed into the hate. Try not to feed into the fear. Try not to become a part of it. If you see things going on, try to enlighten people. Try to teach people.
Yeah.
A lot of these people who say and do these dumb things that are out there, they do it because they're insecure and they don't feel good about themselves. And I always tell people, if you can teach them, if you can bring them into the light a little bit, that's a beautiful thing. So peace rules, it wins. It's just always going to win. That's kind of our message here on Box Talk. So
Yeah.
yeah, try not to feed into the fear and the hatred. Try to raise the level.
Okay, I got the message.
Okay.
It says he says, "Hi, how are you? I was wondering if my dad has any messages." And the reason why the his messages weren't coming through correctly is because the voice to text wasn't going through properly.
Okay.
He says, "I have dyslexia. The voice message didn't come through properly." He says, "I was wondering if I'm gonna need anything. I'm wondering if I'm gonna need anything. A couple of like if he's gonna need to take a couple of months rest in the summer."
Yeah.
Basically, he wants to know if he has any messages from his dad, and if it's a good idea if he takes a couple of months rest out in the summer. Yeah, you see, I decoded it.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, because as you were saying that, I got the message. His dad is extremely protective, always has been, still is.
Hmm.
And there's definitely been some concern from him. Uh, and I feel like he's been taking on way, way too much. I would definitely encourage taking some time off. Just make sure that it's well planned, because I think if you're not dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, I think that it can come back to hurt you in the long run and cause more issues. But I feel like if you think it out and plan it out and make sure that everything is taken care of, it really is a good idea. And a change of scenery. That's he's
Hmm.
talking about actually something completely different, where you're not going to have to have any of those triggers. And he's saying the word triggers. So hopefully that helps. So thank you. I apologize for not being able to understand. Thank you, Dee, for deciphering for me. I'm glad I could
That's
get
what
that
I'm here
out.
for.
Well, one of the things. Teacher D. Teacher D.
Teacher D. Teacher D.
Cora says she's been having more arguments with her other half. That's very common right now. I think that's just going around. I know that for me.
Cora, we talked about that.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh
No,
no,
go
it's
ahead.
okay. I was just saying, even for me, I've noticed that my fuse has been really short lately, and I know we've got retrograde and all the stuff we just talked about. So, um, yeah, try to take a deep breath, and if you do get into a disagreement with somebody, try to be the better person, walk away for a second, think it out, and come back to the discussion when things calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Okay,
Go ahead.
D
Keep
agrees.
going.
Okay, Cheyenne says in 2012 I knew my BFF was getting murdered the night, ugh, and I knew I needed to get to him before it would happen and couldn't. Oh boy, that's some of the hardest things, and I'm sorry for your loss. It's some of the hardest things that happens when we get these messages. When we get these psychic messages that come to us, and these terrible visions, and you know what's going to happen, but you have the inability to control it or stop it or prevent it or whatever the case might be. That's one of the hardest things in the world, at least for me. My mom goes through the same thing too, and always says the famous phrase, is this a blessing or a curse? I'm still waiting to find out. Um, because I think there's a lot of guilt that comes to you with that. But you have to remember, everything happens for a reason. Synchronicity is a real thing. We chose this path before we ever came here. So all I can really do is encourage you to not take on that burden, not take on that guilt, and just know it was inevitable. And forgive yourself. It's not something that you had any control over. Just because you saw the vision doesn't mean you could have stopped it. So, yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that though. Really
Yeah,
am.
that's hard. That's rough. Cora followed that up with she wants to know, D or Moon, do you see me getting any bad news soon?
Go,
Uh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I see like with Cora, I see like right now like a lot of there's a lot like a mess. Like that's
Turmoil.
that's what I get. Yes, yes. I don't know if you get the same thing.
Yeah. I think that
Like it's just a lot of negativity that
yeah,
around.
I see some things spilling over from work into home and vice versa, and I think unless that's controlled, consciously controlled, I think it's gonna turn into a kind of a negative situation. So, Cora, if you can, try to ground yourself. I think that's really important, and look at everything from third person almost, and see if you can control any of that.
And also with your partner, if you're arguing a lot right now with him, like I get the feeling that's happening. Um, yeah, I remember what we talked about. You have to stand up for yourself. It's not all your fault. Don't let people make you feel like it's all your fault. It's not. It's manipulation. Not good.
Absolutely. Really quick, Stephanie says, I think the UFOs may not be seen more necessarily, but the people are getting more open and speaking about them. Yeah, that's definitely true. I think that that's a big thing, is that people are, since it's not quite as judgmental as it used to be, I think people are more open and willing to come forward and talk about those things, especially now that it's easier to get proof. When you can just pull out your camera phone, and record something, where it used to be you had to get out the big video recorder and try to capture something. So that's pretty cool. Um, Kyle says, I've seen a UFO with my dad and my dad's best friend by a camping site of the lake. Glowing ball of light formed into a triangle. Interesting. The triangle thing seems to be prevalent with me too. Whenever I see the UFOs, it's always some version of a triangle that breaks off into different forms and shapes and eventually goes back into the triangle. D?
Oh yeah, no, that's actually been happening. But actually, with me, it's more what I see more of are the lights, and it's always more than one. And they move. It's almost like the way I could describe it, the way David describes it too, the way we've noticed when we see them, the way a school of fish moves, like they move one way and then they move. We've actually seen that,
Right.
and we've seen it more than once, and it's really strange. And the patterns that they move in all at the same time, and then like they'll switch positions, and it's crazy. It's gotten to the point we've seen it so many times now that it's gotten to the point to where now it's just like, oh look, there it is again. So yeah. It's not anymore like, oh my god, oh no, it's like, oh look, there they are, hi, like
There,
I wonder
yeah.
what, yeah,
But
I wonder
and
if they can see us.
but that's part of it too. Is I think it is kind of a desensitization for us because, you know, if you follow what's being said about the whole disclosure aspect of things, the reason that the governments say that they haven't disclosed is because people wouldn't be able to deal with the reality of the situation. That religions would crumble, that banks would crumble, that all sorts of different things, governments would crumble. So that's why they say the disclosure thing's taking place. I think it's a little bit deeper than that, but it does make sense for them to communicate with us to the point that when they do finally show themselves, it's not a massive shock. It's more of a, okay, we knew it was going to happen. Here it is. So.
Yeah, and a lot of people saw that a lot of people have made reports of seeing that triangle, and then with the flashing lights and stuff in different
Definitely.
areas of the country too. And with us, like I'm telling you, it's like the dancing lights. That's what we see. It's weird.
It is interesting.
Weird.
And the
hmm
only time I've ever seen the dancing lights is, like I said, on that 4th of July. It was really interesting.
hmm and you saw, like, was it for a long while, were they up there, or was it like
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to make sure with Dina, as far as time that she thought it was, but I'd say it was probably for a good 3 minutes that we watched it take place. And this is as we're driving down a major highway out of downtown, and it was up above. There was fireworks shows going off in the distances, like. If you've ever been out to Colorado, you'll know there's fireworks shows everywhere. And the first thing when I looked up and saw it to my right was I thought, oh, it's,
yeah.
skydivers or fireworks or whatever the case might be. But when I looked up, I noticed I was like, wait a minute, those are actually controlled. They're not just descending, they're ascending, and they're going into strange patterns. And that's when I
hmm
pointed it out to her, and she went, I can't explain this. This doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So, yeah, that was kind of my experience with that one.
That's cool.
And I
That's
talk.
cool.
I also talk about in the book, and I'm not trying to tease the book too badly here, but in the book I talk.
Tease away.
I did talk about a couple of other UFO experiences that I had that were really really extreme, very very extreme. One or two that I had on my own, and then one that involved Stan Romanek. If you guys know Stan Romanek, that's a whole thing that I did with him, and. It was pretty intense, so I'm excited for everybody to read that, and we can talk about that on a future show at some point. Maybe I can be a guest on Box Talk one of these days.
uh,
That'd be fun. Um,
you'll be the
I'll
guest.
be the guest on Box Talk.
Join us on Box Talk with Mooney and Dee with our special guest,
Mooney,
Christopher.
yeah. We'll bring my mom on to change it up. Um, that'd be funny.
Yep.
Heather Smith says, I just met someone, and it seems like things are going well, but should I be worried about anything? I actually feel good about this. I think that this could be a really super positive thing for you. So I would just encourage you to stay the course. Don't push too hard, but I think that I think it could be a really good thing for you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, Pearly May. I love Pearly May's name.
Uh-huh.
Pearly May says, Hi, Mooney and Dee. Love the show. We love you, Pearly May, and we love your name.
We do love your name. I think that's an awesome name. I love when people come in with like cool, catchy little names like that. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, we've had a few of those. Okay, Elizabeth Pierce says hi from Kentucky. I was wondering if you feel that I have spirits around me. I think I've been sensing something. Thanks. Um, I get it home. I definitely sense when you're mostly calm. That's when you're experiencing these things. I definitely do sense. Huh. I would say a younger female. I want to say I don't know why. I'd say late teens, early 20s. That's fairly attached to you, trying to communicate, trying to get some messages through to you. So open yourself up, see if anything happens with that.
I'm reading another message over here from Amanda. She says, "I can say I never believed in UFO until 2007. It was snowing, and I was waiting at the bus stop, and I looked up and saw this big silver ball came floating across the sky at a very low level and continued to float into the old town. Since then, I've always looked up when it snows with thick flakes in the sky. I will never understand what it meant." I hope I got it all because whenever and you know what, it should be like a lot slower, but the Mixer chat room, at least on my computer, freezes, so like I'm hoping I got it all. But yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that neat though that she saw that, like when when it was snowing, that she saw a big silver ball like thing.
Yeah, that really is cool. And there's been a
Uh-huh.
lot of reports like that. I have never seen anything like that. I always think of the movie Phantasm, with the balls that go flying, the flying balls. Um,
Oh, uh-huh.
yeah, but I have heard a lot of people talk about those. There's like no sound to them whatsoever, and they just have a purpose. They just go. So,
Old Town Arvada, sorry.
oh, that's near me. How cool. Okay,
Ooh.
awesome. Yeah, I've never seen it personally, but I definitely know that that's going on. And then the other thing you got to remember too, guys, is that our government, oh God, we'll be shut down for this. Our government is, we're literally the things that we see and experience, the technology that we're experiencing right now is very old to them. This is like the 1970s to the government. They are so far advanced out there. We have no clue or idea about how far things have progressed and the research that they're doing now. So some of the things that we're experiencing, I'm sure, have to do with standard government research, and they're just things that we've never seen and can't identify. So, yeah, always keep that in mind too.
Jeff, yes, he can. I'm answering his question. Jeff has a question for you. He wants to know if you can sense any messages from his adopted mom. She died. That's the goat.
I'm not hearing anything at the moment. Um, let's come back to it. I'm not
Okay.
picking anything up on it right now. But yeah, Jeff, if I get anything, ask again, and I definitely will do that. But I'm not grabbing anything right now. Um, okay, Rebecca says sending some love to Mooney and D. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, that's Rebecca. I love Rebecca. You know what? Wait. Is that what's her last name?
last name is Gardner.
Oh, okay. Well, I love you too, but I thought it was another. There was another one. Love you too, but I never. I guess I did forget. But the comment, because I thought, oh my God, how cool that she loved my laugh so much. She called. You know what? Her last name. I remember the last name. I just don't remember what her first name. But her last name was Rubalcaba, and she called me Queen. She's like, I love your laugh, D. Queen. This is like a couple of shows back. I never forgot that because I thought, wow,
Wow.
I love you.
Wow.
I love you, Chicky.
Yeah, the Queen thing. If you want to get Dee to remember you, there's good ways to do it. Believe me. Uh, Catherine says, hashtag Bach Talk Squad. Hope everyone is having a great week so far. Yeah, Catherine, we hope you're having a great week too. Thanks for stopping in. We really appreciate it. Junie says, oh my God, you sound like Uncle from Jackie Chan animated series Mooney when he's exasperated. Thanks, Judy. I appreciate that. I really, really do.
Oh no.
And Madam said when I was joking around, she says, kids, I'm going to turn this car around. Cheyenne likes your hair like that. Rebecca says, you two sound like you should be siblings. LOL. Well, she's laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
not-
gonna. I'm not gonna.
It's the fight. It's the fight.
That's
what it is.
actually that's perfect. That we fight like brother and sister.
Yes,
we really do.
It's bad. Sherry says hello from Albuquerque. Well, hello, Sherry. Hello from Boulder. Hello from Texas, right?
Hmm.
Wherever part of Texas you're in.
Hello from Texas. I'm
Uh,
in South Texas, the deep South.
Deep South.
Mhm.
Junie says, accurate, LOL, where the full house is Mooney is Uncle Jesse. I'll be Uncle Jesse. He was cool, right? I'd be happy to be Uncle Jesse. I have no issue with that.
I could see that. You'd be the rocker. Yeah, you'd totally be Uncle Jesse. I was just laughing at that idea. Like I just putting you in the Uncle Jesse role. Like
I can't really see it, but
remember, no, that's why it's cheesy. It's too cheesy for you. Like I could just have mercy. Remember, he would say that.
I don't think that would be that wouldn't be my catchphrase. Mercy. I can't.
That's why I think first I'm like I like it. Then I thought no way. I started to picture it. I'm like no.
I love this though because Judy came back. She says if we add Dan to Full House, he's totally Joey since he does the voices. I could totally picture that. I got to tell you, I do understand that one. I get it.
Wait,
Wow.
so that makes me Danny?
No, you're
Bob Saget.
you're the well, no. I can't.
No.
He is dirty. Oh, if you've ever seen him like off of Full House, wow.
Oh God, yes, I have. He's crazy.
He's crazy
No.
bad. Oh my God.
I love his comedy. I'm sorry.
I do too.
I don't know what
too.
that's
But
about,
I mean,
but
it shocked me, and I know that was the whole purpose was like to be Uncle Jesse or whatever, or Uncle. Well, who was he? Not Uncle Jesse. He was the dad. Danny.
Yeah.
And then
Tanner.
and then he did his comedy act, and I was like, I was so taken back, I couldn't even laugh. I was just like, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell. It was like that kind of thing.
You're like, I'm gonna call the network. You're
This
gonna
is
get it.
terrible. You're gonna get it. And then I started laughing.
Oh my God.
Everything was okay after that. Our friend Colette. I won't do my British accent because it's terrible. I won't insult Colette, but she is watching. It's got to be 2 something in the morning there. Must tell you, I'm getting a lot of remote viewing now, which is good. Never had that before, so I'm going to be going to do hopefully doing a mediumship event soon. Haven't done one of them in a while. That's really cool. Yeah, the remote viewing thing. If you're coming into that ability, that's awesome. That's really cool. Keep us posted on how that's going. We'd love to keep up with you on that one.
It was Catherine Rubalcava. That was her name. Cora just told me in Mixer. So, Catherine, thank you for that comment you gave me a couple shows back. I loved it.
Yas Queen. All right. So,
Yes.
so we lost Jessica.
You said that perfectly.
Did I say it okay? All right.
Yeah.
So we lost Jessica. She's not feeling good. She's gonna go lay down. But she'll see us tomorrow. Feel better, Jessica. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Savannah, who I'm going to see coming up in the Utica event, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the Ghost Hunter University. It's going to be awesome. She says, hi, Chris, with a big exclamation point. My Uncle Eric told me he is coming to me in dreams to help me, and they haven't been really hazy for me to understand. But I'm worried for my father, and I want to know if he's going to end up on a good path and get better, or if he's going to pass and how much time I have left with him in physical form on Earth, and if my uncle is trying to help him. Yeah, Savannah, with this one, I definitely, and I know I think I talked to your mom a little bit earlier too, there is a lot of bad juju, a lot of bad energy swirling around him right now. I couldn't give you a time frame as to how long he's going to be here, but it's always good to spend time with people. I do feel like your uncle is trying to pull him out of this, but I'm not sure what the situation is. The one thing that I do get from him on a very deep level is a very deep, dark depression that almost hurts. It's almost physically painful. If you can get him some help, I think it's really important because I think he's self-medicating right now, and that self-medication is not going to do him any good. It's only going to drag him down a little bit faster. So, yeah, Savannah Hunt, if you can try to talk to him, talk to some people around him, try to get him some help because I think time's of the essence. I think it's important that you hurry on this one.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's great advice. If he needs to hurry, then yeah, he needs to hurry.
Yeah, I feel it. I really do.
And I'm just gonna say, if Mooney's telling you that, just do it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Usually, when I pick up on something like that, it's been tending, knock on wood, tends to be accurate. So, yeah, if you can, please do that. Rebecca Gardner, are things going to get better for me soon? Actually, Rebecca, yeah, I think that it's interesting because when I was reading your thing earlier, I kind of picked up on this. I do feel like there is a big change coming for you. It's really important that you're willing to accept it. Almost, it's going to feel uncomfortable, and I don't know if you're willing to make the conscious changes that are needed to make it happen, but you can do it. And I encourage you, once the obstacle comes to you and it feels like it's impossible, I want you to think about this moment and I want you to know that you can overcome it. And not only are you strong enough to do it, but we're all behind you and we're here to encourage you and tell you that you can do it. So, yes, I do see things getting better for you.
Timothy wants to know if you see or when you see him getting a driver's license.
uh,
What was that?
Timothy, I love you, buddy. But I'll be honest with you, I just don't think it's a good time right now. And I don't know why that is. I think the distractions around you are going to cause problems with that. And I think it's really important that you just kind of continue down the path you are. I know that that's a goal, and it's not a bad thing to have that goal, but I just don't feel like it's a good idea for you right now, and that's directly from above. I can hear that. So, yeah, hold off, okay? Stephanie, any chance that you're able to see if I'm having a girl or a boy? Stephanie, now I will tell you this, and we can talk about this on Saturday because Mama's going to be there too. Um, I am definitely 100% getting girl on this situation. I think that it's destined to be a girl that you're going to be having, but my mom is like 1,000%. She always can tell what the sex of the baby's going to be. She's never been wrong, never. So ask her, see if I'm right, but I'm picking up girl. I'm getting that feminine energy, and I think that also ties into your reading that we had on the last episode of the Ghostbox Chronicles. Um, I'm gonna get in deeper with you with that later. I don't want to put that on air, but yeah, we'll talk more about that in the future. Really quickly, I just want to jump in, Sherry. I'm starting a new job on Monday. I'm hoping that'll be a good move for me. It definitely is, Sherry. I don't see anything negative about it. I think that everything's going to work out really well with this one. If you allow it to work out, it will. I'm just
Keep going.
I keep giving Dee a chance to jump in. I know I'm talking a lot. Um,
No, go ahead, go ahead.
okay.
I told you before the show I wanted you to talk a lot. You know, I have other stuff on my mind.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's see here. Judy says, it makes me want to fly out to an isolated island. The energy's like an ocean wave. This is going back to the crazy energy that's been going on. Yeah, it's like you want to disappear, but for light workers, for people who work in light and peace, this is really our time, the teachers, to go out there and spread the love, spread the word, spread the, hey, we can ascend to a better level. All of us as a soul race, as a humanity, we can all aspire to be something bigger and better. And it's up to us to try to be the ones that are the voice of reason. So, do whatever that is that's going to make that happen. But if you see somebody out there who's kind of spreading the hate, spreading the negativity and all that kind of stuff, peacefully talk to them. Come to them from a place of love and just say, "Hey, why do you feel that way?" And sometimes it's amazing how you can change people's minds just by doing that. Sorry, Dee, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know what we forgot to say?
Huh?
It's National Paranormal Day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why'd you go? I thought you were gonna say, "Oh yeah, guys." God, never mind.
Well, yeah. Here's my thing. National Paranormal Day. Okay, so it's nice to have an acknowledgement of the paranormal, but when I think of National Paranormal Day anymore, I think about the backbiting, the scratching, the clawing, this is my
Moon, let's be
property.
positive.
No, I know I am being positive, but when I hear people talk about, and I've seen like people even on Facebook were like, "Oh my God, National Paranormal Day, this is so awesome!" I was like, "Hey, cool, I'm into it." And the first thing that I started seeing was, "My evidence is better than yours. This is my property, not yours. I'm allowed to go here. You're not. My events are better than yours." And I was like, "That's not what this is about. This is to acknowledge that." Guys, back in like 2001, just that, it seems like a long time ago. It's really not. Going back to like 2001, 2002, if you weren't in this field at that time, we were considered absolute maniac lunatics. We were considered the freaks of the world. We were out looking for ghosts, and people thought these are the biggest idiots on the face of the earth. So we've come a really long way in a lot of senses, but in other ways, we've really kind of fallen off too. And it's great to have the acknowledgement of people to come in and say, kind of take us more seriously for what we do. But there's a whole group of people out there who really make us look even more dumb. So, when I say, well, I'm just being honest. I think, yeah, celebrate the fact National Paranormal Day. As I'm saying it, I'm kind of getting it. The acknowledgement that what a lot of us do is a real thing, and that we really are out there striving to find answers. And we'll ignore the nasty, mean part of all that stuff that's going on. Excuse me, God. Let's see here. Sorry, it was in my throat. Catherine, again, we're talking about the internet.
You need a funnel cake.
I do need a funnel cake. I think that's probably a good idea. Or some.
I think you need a cookie.
Some hair gel, something. Catherine, you're right about the energy. I feel like everyone I know, including myself, is on edge constantly, politics aside, and the energy is generally unpleasant. I wonder if it's being set up for something to happen, or there's a shift. Yeah, I think, again, going back to it, I think this is the shift. That's what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
It's a shift. And it's on us, guys. It's those of us who are out there trying to be positive and make things happen. You are the teachers. You are the light. You are the ones who are going to change opinions and minds and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully we can get up to a better vibration. So, again, and I said it 5 times on this show, if you see somebody out there being negative, don't put yourself in harm's way. But if you see somebody being negative, be the voice that comes in from a place of love and says, hey, why do you feel that way? And just by listening to their opinion, even if it's ignorant in your mind, sometimes you can bring them around to a whole different way of thinking. So always remember that.
It's true, and I mean, it's kind of like what we were talking. We were talking about that a little bit last week, and you even said it sounds kind of cheesy, but the thing is, like, I don't think. Yeah, okay, fine. It may sound cheesy, but it's true. That whole be the change thing.
Yeah.
It's true. It ties into that, and it's just sometimes it's hard, man. Sometimes it's hard, because people that are trying to be real positive. It happens to me too. I always try to spread positivity and be real, positive about everything, and smiles, and remind everybody to find a reason to smile, and this and that and blah blah. But there's times that you have to remember. But it's all about the way you respond to that stuff.
Absolutely.
So,
it's all about response. Exactly. I totally agree with you, Dee.
Yeah.
Going back to the goat, to Jeff, because I saw his picture or little thing popped up here on Paranormal Warehouse too. There is a woman. I don't know if this is your adopted mom. She's not identifying herself. I'm just seeing a shadow. She's very happy, proud. Lots of feelings of love that are coming out of this, but there's also a distinct concern for you as well. I don't know, Jeff, if you're listening to the messages, if you're picking up on any of that stuff, but I think she's trying to get a message through to you. So if you can open yourself up a little bit more and try to listen to her, and I already think you know what she's getting at, but yeah, pay attention to that. Very, very important.
I hope he's still in there, because right before you started saying that, he typed a message in there telling me that he is. All right, he heard it.
Good.
Okay, good.
Okay, good deal. Going back to the energy thing, because that's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
Linda says, I've noticed that there's at least one violent incident here in the city a day.
Oh my God.
I tell people to stay positive. Yeah, guys, if you watch the news, oh my God, it's
crazy.
You will become so depressed in a matter of moments. Remember, the news is set up to scare you. That's the whole idea. It's not. They have the little fluff pieces that they do. Oh, puppy fair at the and the little kids are doing this, and it's fun, and that's good. But you'll notice that 99% of the news is hate, fear, murder, death, blood, and there's something human that we're very drawn to that for whatever reason that is. I don't know if that's a fear that we have, or an interest that we have, or something along those lines. But yeah, it's there are some terrible, awful things going on in the world right now, and we're not the people who are taxed with dealing with that for the most part. We're affected by it, but we're not the people who are dealt with having to deal with that kind of thing as far as taking care of it. So all we can do is try to do everything in a place of positive, and hope that the people who are in charge, that control the weapons and do those kinds of things, are led by some sort of positive force, and it doesn't take us down a really bad path. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. And just remember that they don't tell us everything. So there's so much else, so much more that we don't know, that they don't tell us, and so you got to sort of do your own research. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Absolutely. Laura has a positive
Mm-hmm.
message in here. She says she found
Mm-hmm.
out that everything does have a reason when she moved from the West Coast to Missouri. She found a man who made her smile. She's been married for 13 years. So, when
Aw,
I,
yay!
that's so awesome, Laura. And I'm sure when you made that move, that probably wasn't the most comfortable thing that you ever did. You're like, why is this happening? But you allowed, the universe to kind of kick in and take over and lead you to the right direction. So, yeah, that's very, very cool.
That is awesome. That's awesome. That makes me very happy. And everything does happen. I'm a big believer in that. That even if you think what's going on in your life momentarily is not the best
Right.
situation, even that it's happening for a reason, and it's going to put you on a path to where you're supposed to be. Sometimes we need to hit those bumps in the road so that it kind of pushes you back into where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
So even negatives can be positives.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's true. And we all do that. I know that there's several times a month that I'm like, why is this happening? Why am I here?
several
How could
times a
this
month.
be?
We,
Y-
I hear it all the time.
Yeah, but it's true. And you sit there and you go, why is this happening? And it seems terrible at the time, but it does. It leads you to a new adventure, a new path where you need to
And
be.
I always tell you, you know what? Don't worry. Everything happens for a reason. You'll see. You may not. And yeah, I can never convince him at the moment when he's stuck there. He's
I
stuck
think I
there.
tell you that sometimes too.
I know you do. I know.
Interesting.
We don't
No,
listen to each
we
other.
didn't, maybe not at the moment, but I think when we reflect back, both of us are like, "Oh, that's true, that's right." And we
Yeah.
usually do come back and like, "Hey, remember yesterday when you said, yeah, that does make sense," or there'll be a dream, or there'll be something that'll happen that brings it all back together. So
Yes.
it's really important that you
See, guys,
guys.
we don't always fight.
No, not all the time. Um, just kidding. Philip says, "Oh, going back to the UFOs, saw the triangle with flashing lights change colors as a kid. Several of us saw it. Yeah, I've seen the same thing, Philip. There's so many reports of that. I really wonder if that might be just military. I think that there might be something to the military aspect. Every time that I've seen that, I feel like there's an earthly reason for it. So,
There could be, and then also it could be like you said, desensitizing everybody because I don't know, man. I'm a big believer that disclosure is right there.
it's coming. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's definitely going to
hmm
happen." Uh, Christina brings up a point. Are we alien lab rats?
hmm What was that again? Can you repeat that?
Wow, you just froze on that one. Christina says, "Are we alien lab rats?" What do you think, Dee?
Oh my gosh, that's actually a theory, and it's it sounds far fetched and sounds like a crazy one, but when you think about it, it could be because there's a lot of people that honestly and truly do believe that we've been um, what's the word I'm looking for? Moon. Uh,
Are you
what's the
talking
word?
about deceived,
No, 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 no.
protected?
That we've been. Oh God, what's the word? Ándale, Denise, acuérdate de la palabra, por favor. Este.
Exactly, exactly. I was just thinking that. Exactly, same words.
It's because my brain thinks in Spanish and I'm trying to see bilingual. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
But anywho, a lot of people believe that we've been what's the word? What's the word? Um,
I don't know where you're going with this. I'd love to help you.
like alien experimentations. Like they've but there's a word I'm looking for. But anywho, but yeah, that they've sort of taken their DNA and mixed it with human DNA and made
Oh yeah,
alien
yeah.
hybrids.
Well,
Thank you.
that's what I was just talking
Okay.
about earlier, though. I was talking about the whole thing with
Yeah.
Starseed with Stan
hmm
Romanek that I was directly involved with.
hmm
They called him Starseed. They said he was the first Starseed. He was the first hybrid.
Yeah, and
And
so a lot of people believe that, and so it goes into okay, the lab rat thing or alien ant farm type thing.
yeah,
Um, I mean, you know what? Who's to say that we're not?
it's true. It's a possibility, but I don't see that from everything that I've ever learned. But yeah, it could be.
Who's to say? I mean, that's when you sort of mesh the spiritual aspect with the alien theories, and then that's when you watch Ancient Aliens. Kind of meshes the two.
Ancient Aliens is an interesting show.
I like that show.
I like it too, but it's like there's a little meme that's out there about it with the guy with the pointy hair.
Everything aliens.
Yeah, he's like I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. I mean, it's that's like the whole thing. But there's some things on there where I'm like, yeah, interesting. That's I could see the possibilities. That makes sense. And then other things that are on there that I'm like, oh come on, that's so far fetched. That's just out there. So
But see, but sometimes if you really listen to it, you think like it's so far fetched, it's just out there. But then you think, wait a minute, it's so far fetched, it could be true.
see,
You know?
that's what they want you to think. That's why if you,
You know?
but if you listen to how they do that show when they narrate it, they're ancient alien theorists say, believe this, that. You're like, okay. So they're trying to lend credence to everything. But I've also seen some things that would make me believe as well. So I'm sure you guys have too.
As ancient astronaut theorists contend, they always say that.
Exactly, right? They contend,
Yeah.
they contend a lot.
Hmm.
Okay, really quickly, Melody, do I have an animal spirit guide with you? I get weirdest thing. I've never seen this before. I get a bird. I get a. It almost looks like I want to say a hawk, but it's not a hawk. It's a. Oh God, what is that? I can see it, but I can't say it. Falcon. Falcon.
I was just about to
Falcon.
say falcon. A
Yep,
falcon?
Falcon. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Catherine, is anyone or everyone capable of seeing UFOs, or do people who have to be open to the experience of seeing it to actually see it? Yeah, basically, I think that anybody can see them because there's people who come into this and say, I was a complete skeptic until, like my wife, for instance, she was a complete skeptic. And when she saw it, and she admitted it. And she still tells people to this day, she's like, yeah, I can't deny it. I saw it. It's there.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true. I've never been a skeptic of aliens. I do believe that there's something else out there. I don't think that I don't think it's possible that we're the only life form, the entire
No.
in the entire universe.
No,
I
I mean,
mean,
and we're
it's
discovering how
huge.
many new solar systems, planets, galaxies every single day.
Galaxies and
I mean,
yeah.
it's
There's
crazy.
just no way that only our galaxy has, out of all the infinite galaxies in the universe, only the Milky Way galaxy has the perfect ingredients for life. No, I don't think so. No, we're
It,
not the only ones. We're not the only galaxy that has that Goldilocks situation where everything's perfect for Earth to have life in it. It's just no. There's just no way.
well, and you can, as you see the disclosure stuff going on right now too, the things that are happening mysteriously, all of a sudden, science is coming out like, oh, we just found another Earth, 3 times the size of Earth. Oh,
Mhm.
there's another one. There's another one. There's another one.
Yeah.
It's going to take us 10 billion years to get there, 10 million light years. Oh, wait, we think we can actually reach it in 400 years. Oh, wait, 40 years. Oh, wait, 20. So things are starting to change really quickly. So definitely pay attention to the stuff that's going on. Really quickly, Teresa Perry.
Remember, David Bowie sang about it.
Are we
There's
talking
a
about?
starman waiting in the sky.
That's right. I was thinking Major Tom. I wasn't sure. I was trying to follow that whole thing.
He wants to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our mind. There's a starman waiting in the sky.
D. Garcia, everybody. D. Garcia. She'll be here all week. Try the lobster. Um, that was good.
He told me, let the music.
Oh my God, you killed me. You killed me. I'm
Let
dead.
the children boogie. All right, that's it.
That's all. We're good now. The nightclub is closed. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. That was funny. Oh my God. Okay. Teresa Perry. Hey, Moody and Deep. Not D. Deep. You're deep now. Uh, love you guys. I'm sure she meant deep. My daughter just found out that she's pregnant. Will her baby be okay? Yeah, I sense everything is okay with that. Yeah, I'm not getting anything bad about
Since
that.
everything's gonna be okay too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't sense anything about that. Try to put aside some of those fears. Thank you guys for all the hearts. Oh my God, I've seen 10 billion hearts come across the screen.
It's the
Love you guys.
singing. See?
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Yeah, it was the singing that it happened long before that, but they knew it was coming. It was a psychic thing. They knew the singing was coming. They're like, hit the like button because Dee's gonna sing. That's what that was all about.
I had to because I mean we're talking about we're talking about aliens and UFOs and star people and star seeds and star. I mean, come on, David Bowie,
You're right.
Ziggy Stardust. Come on.
That was awesome. And again, if you guys wouldn't mind, like we say before, we just try to get the word out there. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the show to your page now and let people know that we're out here and that you're hanging out with us and that you should invite them in and say, hey, come hang out with these weird people that I found on the internet because that's us. Um, my buddy Clancy says, hi guys, good show tonight. Thanks, Clancy.
Thank you.
Always interested in UFOs. Just wondering if my son Sam will be joining us in Manila. Clancy, we've talked about this through readings and everything else, and the events and stuff like that. I think he is around you on a fairly consistent basis. I think he's always watching, and I think he's around you quite a bit. So I would not be shocked at all if he makes an appearance in Manila. Also, I wouldn't be surprised about anywhere around you in Iowa. So we might see him pop through early, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I love doing work with you, love doing readings for you and stuff. So, and I'm looking forward to dinner and drinks too. By the way, Clancy, that's going to be exciting. I know exactly where that's at. Maybe casino after. We'll talk about it when we get there. Um, let's see here.
Now I have the song in my head.
I know you do. I'm trying to get it past it.
I'm trying.
Ooh, I listened to. See, Kyla is always surprising me. Kyla always has something new going on. Moon and D, I'm having a biscuit and tea listening to you. Love it. See, I never have a biscuit and tea. I'm not used to people who have biscuits and tea. I love that. I'm like, this is so awesome. Oh my God, Kyle, you rule. You absolutely rule.
I'm
Nicole,
glad that it's an actual biscuit and not the kind of biscuits he was talking about the last time.
no. Why
We
did
don't
you
want to
even
talk about
have to go there? Why did we have to do that? Everything was going so well. I don't understand what's happening. Um,
Oh.
Nicole says, "Hey guys from Buffalo-ish, New York area. Much love to you guys. Much love back to you, Nicole. Thank you so much for everything. We really appreciate it." Uh, James Schrull simply says, "Chris Moon and a moon." Hey James,
Awesome.
good to see you, buddy. Boy, our numbers are suddenly just tanking. I don't know what happened. We just went from like a massive number. But is it because I talked about biscuits and tea?
Oh no, they don't want to hear about the biscuits and tea.
I'm sorry, guys. I mean, Kyle brought it up. I apologize. So let's get it. Oh, it's going back up. It's going back up. Everything's okay.
Should I sing?
Oh God. Maybe that's what did it, because it is delayed. We have a delay. So maybe when the
Oh
singing
no, they didn't
started,
like my song.
oh my God, maybe that's what happened.
Didn't know what time it was. The lights were low.
Oh, there go the numbers. They're dropping.
I'm back on my radio. Oh.
D, we have two people listening now. And I think that might be us. I'm kidding. No,
It does.
no numbers are going back up. Heather says, "How would I rid?" Oh, this is an important one. Okay, how would I rid of any negative entities or spirits? Just experienced my first miscarriage of 8 healthy pregnancies, 42617, and my husband's drinking needs to stop. Just feel so much negatively lately, making me feel lost, stuck, and smothered. I haven't felt this in years and need the negativity gone. Um, Heather, with this situation, there is some really dark, yeah, very, very, very dark energy, and I don't even need to tell you that. You know it. Um, I get the feeling that there's an outside influence that's involved in this. One thing that I would suggest you do, most of the time I tell people to do a cleansing for themselves, like a saging, a smudging. I don't think it's a good idea for you to do it, but if you have anybody in your local area that you could bring in to actually do a blessing around you, around the house, and see if they can bring some temperance to this. I think Native American might be a good way to go for you if you have that ability to do that. But I think it's time sensitive. I think it's important that you get this done. You know the bad stuff that's happening, and I'm sorry for your loss. So the sooner that you can get this done, the better. Definitely.
I agree with you. I was going to say, does it feel to you like it could be something that actually just attached to her or someone put on her unknowingly?
I don't feel like it's attached to her. I feel like it's more attached to her husband.
Well, yeah, but well, I mean, like attached to her situation.
Yeah, I think that, and this is just my vibe, is that something he opened himself up to something negative, and unfortunately, it's kind of spread into the family, friends, things like that. So, the quicker that can get done, the better. I think you're dealing with something fairly dark. The quicker you get rid of it, the better. These things have a tendency to, figuratively get their claws into these situations, and it's very hard to get rid of them. So, the quicker you can do that, the better.
All right. Like I said, listen to Moon when he gives you those warnings. Don't do what D does and not listen. You'll regret it.
Well, thank you, D. I appreciate that. Um, at least you acknowledge it to them. Heather. Heather says, I have little boys that are spirits come to me all the time, and I know some were from my past life, but are any of them from my future? I'm very curious. I don't feel like there's any of them that are coming to you from the future. I don't think there's anybody who's crossing over that's going to be back on this side, but I do definitely sense the ones from the past. But I do sense that there's more children coming in the future. Not just one, more than one. Yeah.
Do you feel like it is children spirits?
Yes, I do. I don't think it's anything trying to trick her. It definitely feels like.
I always like to ask that question because sometimes that happens. So
yeah.
I would like to ask that.
Yeah, you've got to be really cautious. Dee's right. You got to be really careful, guys, because sometimes some darker energies will come in the form of children, and they fooled me before. Believe me, you got to be really cautious with that stuff. Very, very important. James says, Chris, do you think that I should start my own pizza place, or what do you see? Yeah, James, I definitely I see something coming up for you as far as a new business venture. Don't The pizza thing's not a bad idea, actually. You don't want to go into this alone, though. You're going to need a couple of people who have some really strong business experience and a lot of discipline. And if you can be the idea man, if you can be the one who sparks the idea, it's going to work out really well for you. But I think that there's at least two other people, maybe three, that need to come into this to help you out with it. But I think that is going to fulfill you. It's going to give you even stronger purpose than you have right now.
Moon, I wanted to ask you something because Amber's asking, and I know I'm reading your question. Sorry, but she's asking. No, but it's because I got a feeling, and I want to see if you agree with me. She asked, "Can you tell me if I have any abilities?" And when I saw her picture, I feel like precognition, sort of. Would you agree with me? That's the vibe I got. Maybe.
See, I'm not seeing her picture, so it's hard for me to say.
Well, right now when you see it.
Okay. Yeah, when I get there, I promise I'll let you know. I will. Precog, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Christina, will my daughter and I be happy in Las Vegas? Any career path info? Christina, I think this is a temporary situation for you. I don't feel like you're going to be there very long. But I think that a business opportunity is what's going to take you out of Las Vegas. So don't get too comfortable. That's really my opinion. And don't get stressed out by me saying that. You definitely need to be there right now. There's some lessons that need to be learned. But I do see things moving you in a different direction. Brenda says she's super stressed. Help. That sounds serious. Okay.
Can you be more specific?
Well, I'm getting and I'm looking at her. I have the benefit of looking at her picture. If you can see it in the chat room, Brenda, and I don't mean this the wrong way. Don't take this the wrong way. I think you're bringing on a lot of this stuff yourself. It's the thing that I'm getting is your inability to accept certain things and being able to release a lot of the energy that's around you. So I'm not saying it's your fault. It's not like I'm blaming you for this, but I think if you could really take a step back in some of these situations and realize that a lot of it depends on your opinion, you're going to feel better about that whole thing. Okay, let's see here. It looks like we have some people that are kind of, guys in the either chat room. Can you let us know? Are you having some problems? Because I see people our numbers will be really high, then they'll drop, and then everybody comes back in.
I think so. Yeah, they're having. I think the connection, because several of them have said that the thing is kicking them out, and they're coming back in. So it's not us, Moon. It's not us. They love us.
That's good to know. Yeah, because I got worried because right when Dee started singing, her numbers dropped off, and I was like, that's not good. Should Dee never sing again? I don't know.
Moon's like.
Killing it. Stop. Nobody's listening. No, it's okay. It's okay, guys. No, she's got a good voice. Yeah, she's got a good voice. We enjoy it. Colette, when I was talking about doing the British accent, she says you can do a British accent if you want, but I'd be really impressed if you could do a Scouse accent like John Lennon. Ooh, Colette, I don't know if I've ever told this story on Box Talk before. John Lennon was one of the first spirits ever to come through the Ghost Box.
Wow.
John Lennon was one of the first spirits ever to come through the Ghost Box. And
that is so cool.
Yeah, and I'm happy to share that story with you guys one of these days, guys. We'll sit down and chat a little bit about it. It's interesting. I wrote about it in the book, but when it got to editing, they cut it out.
I wish you would have got to that earlier. I would have loved to hear that story. You're gonna have to talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Star Wars.
Oh,
maybe. We'll talk about it. We'll bring it into. We'll somehow tie it. You can tie Star Wars into anything.
Yeah, we'll bring it up. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. But yeah, it was incredible to hear his voice come through, and I'll share the story. And like I said, they cut the chapter out of the book. I was like, why would you do that?
Oh,
That's so important. That was like one of the most profound things that's ever happened to me is when he made his first contact through the box, and they're like, nope, not important. And
ugh.
editors. Um, James says, "Sup, D."
So,
Kyle says, "Moon and D, remarkable people, so positive and amazing."
oh,
We love you, Kyle, and I hope you're enjoying your biscuits and tea. Will says, "Do you think I would be able to get custody of my son? He's stuck in a bad place around drugs and drinking." Oh boy, yeah. Will, this is going to be a really tough battle. And see, I've been through this to a certain degree. I've had, if you guys ever, one day I'll talk to you guys about my struggle with my daughter and all that we went through, with all the mess, custody and abusive relationships and all that kind of. We'll talk about it one of these days. But yeah, in this situation again, I see this in a. This is going to be a tough one. Well, don't. And this is just coming from somebody who's gone through this situation. Don't stop fighting. Always keep fighting. Because you'll be surprised if you can put that positive energy and doing the right thing for your son. It's going to come back. He will come back to you, but you can never throw your hands up because I know you're going to want to. But I'll tell you what, those kids, they're counting on you, and you're probably the only protected person in his life, or one of the very few. So please keep fighting, and I do see things working out, but it's going to be a struggle. So keep
it's gonna
working
take a
at
long
it.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, keep working.
I agree with you. Absolutely. Especially because if you already know that they're in a bad situation, you can't stop fighting.
You can't.
Mm-mm.
Well, Jennifer had to go just to keep the smiles and laughter going. Blessings to you. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow, Jennifer. Thanks for coming by. Rebecca said, "Thank you, Mooney. That is the kind of scary for me because I overthink everything. Love and light." Yeah, thanks. When you let me know if the quick little readings I'm giving you are accurate, I appreciate it. It's always good to just know that I was on target. And if I'm off target, you can always say, Mooney, you're loony. That doesn't make any sense to me at all, and I hate you, and don't ever give me a reading again.
No, don't tell him you hate him. Mooney's
No,
nice.
sometimes you can do that.
What?
That's okay.
He's defending Moon?
I know. That's weird.
What?
Kidding. Christina says she's enjoying watching the show. Yay. We're
Yay!
glad you're here. Thank you. Jesse says, I forgot to mention my brother passed in 2006. My mom was in prison and I lived with the guilt. I feel him all the time and I just don't know if there was something he wanted to say again. Love you guys. So I'm glad we were able to at least touch on that. Thank you. Um, Okay, I'm just flying through these, and if you have anything, D, please feel free. Boy, D's over here. I see like half of the comments in the Paranormal Warehouse room are from D. So she's like on the air, she's running Mixler, and she's commenting more in my chat
Because you
room.
have more people. They're having more. I want to read comments too.
Boy, guys, I'm feeling terrible for D. So go over to the old Broken Radio Mixler chat
I want to
room.
read. I want to read some comments too. And
Give her some commentary to read because she's feeling really left out right now.
have nothing to do. I could just take my headset off, and you guys would be fine with just Moon.
No, that's not true. We would miss your laugh and
Laugh, laugh.
your laugh.
You missed my laugh.
We would miss your laugh and your singing.
That's you started going Hispanic. No, D, please stay with us. We would miss your laugh and your singing and everything you do. Please, please, don't go. Don't
See?
break my heart.
Yeah. Thank you for expressing what I was trying to say to you.
I know.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Philip says no tolerance for that in my group. We're talking about that hateful BS mean stuff. So thank you, Philip. We know that though. I watch your group. You've got an awesome group going over there. Let's see here. Let's see. Savannah's back.
Oh, I love you guys too. Okay.
Are you done with this love fest we have going over here? Dee was very happy because of that. Stephanie says, there it is, the snort. Love it. That was a while ago, but that was awesome. Oh, there it is again. And for some reason, Junie just came in and started talking about a fried Oreo. I don't know what that's all about, but oh,
Right, Oreo.
I saw the best meme today. It was like the Mayan calendar next to an Oreo,
Mhm.
and it was like it said something like the Mayan calendar says the world's going to end today, but don't worry because the Oreo says it's going to be fine or something. It was hilarious, and they look very similar. Um, Christine says, I was going to ask a question tonight, but here I go. Oh, she wasn't going to ask a question, but here she goes. I've been feeling stuck lately, work related. Is there going to be a change for me soon? I was actually going to talk to you about that Saturday, Christine, but yes, there's a big change coming for you, and it's going to happen really, really fast. And going to move some things along for you, so it's going to be good stuff. So hang in there. We'll talk more about it on Saturday.
Awesome.
Now everybody's talking about deep fried
D.
things, deep fried pickles. I don't understand what's happening. What?
Luna has a question. Yeah, I got a question. Woo! got a question in my chat room.
Oh, that's great, D. Go for it. Read it.
Okay. It says, oh, where'd it go? Okay. It says, D, I can hop over to you and re-ask my question on both. Oh, I thought she asked a question. Oh, wah, wah, wah. It was just a comment.
It's the sad Charlie Brown music for you. Oh my god.
Oh no! You know what would be funny? Do you remember? The Brady Bunch? The Brady
Yes.
Bunch. Remember, like they had the same music for everything. Like if they were happy, it was the theme music, but fast. And if yes,
And
when they
that's
were sad.
yeah, they took it to a minor and it was very slow and sad. It was very slow and sad. Do you remember the episode? I was just talking about this the other day. Do you remember the episode of the Brady Bunch where Peter was trying to find an identity because he was the middle kid and he didn't have an identity? So he decided he was going to be like Humphrey Bogart, and so he changed his little accent and he started saying everything was like they asked what he wanted for dinner, and he's like pork chops and applesauce, and they're like, "Why are you talking like that?" He's all pork chops and applesauce. Do you remember that? It just popped into my head the other day, and I started like laughing in the middle of the store or something. People were looking at me like I was totally insane. It happens a lot. Pork chops and applesauce.
Most random thing to pop in your head
And here's the
at
crazy
the
thing.
store.
Do you want to talk about synchronicity? I just scrolled to this. Stephanie said I had pork chops, 3 cheese mac and cheese, and a salad and a glass of milk. Whoa. That was some synchronicity right there, and there's a snort. That
That
was some
was, and then I just
synchronicity.
started talking about pork, pig, snort. Too.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, and I'm still reading things here. Pork chops and applesauce. Um, Yet a better question. My daughter says she's found out she's pregnant. We talked about this one in another state. I can't be with her. She's pregnant. Yes, the baby will be okay. We answer that one. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're not going to feel like you have control over that, but it is going to be okay. Oh, Catherine did say, and I think you read this before because you're in my chat room. She said, "Yo, the broadcast is being funny. Maybe the government isn't happy we're talking about aliens."
You know what? That's true because we've never talked about aliens. We were talking about disclosure and everything, and then all of a sudden,
Okay,
and
well, here's you want to hear the one? Okay, if it's going to go down, it's going to go down right now. So everybody monitor the broadcast, bring the kids in the room, do the whole thing, get as many people on here at this moment that you possibly can, because I'm going to tell you, Uncle Chris is going to tell you a story. So everybody, come on in, come on in. So speaking of the Stan
everybody
Romanek thing,
gather around.
yes. So Chris Moon,
Nope.
that's me. My good friend Barry, who's passed away, an investigator, and I went up to Stan Romanek's. It was his new location from the first time that I met him. So we went up there with a former, I hope I get it right, Navy. I think he was Navy intelligence, ex-CIA person who was working with Stan to try to help him discover everything that was going on in this case. So we got up to this new location, which was in northern Colorado. A bunch of crazy things happened that night. We had figures running through the yard, a desk chair that kept spinning for no apparent reason, some messages that were coming through. But when we finally decided to turn on the box, here's what happened. So we turned on the ghost box, flipped it on. I asked for my technician by name to come through at that time. Came through. We started asking several questions. Once we got to the point that we were talking about the government getting involved in
Mm-hmm.
trying to stop information from being leaked and try to get specific answers to what was taking place with Stan and what was happening. All of a sudden, this sound came through the device. It was like a jamming signal. It was like this high-pitched screeching sound, and there was no way to tune it, turn it off, turn it on, whatever the case might be. Anytime that we brought up a sensitive question about what was happening to Stan, or a question about how the government was involved with the alien conspiracy, at that point the screeching sound would come through the middle of it. So just to be sure, Barry and I, after we were done with this whole thing, drove away and actually turned on the machine afterwards, and it worked completely fine. It was completely good. But that night, somebody was literally jamming the communication so that we couldn't hear from the other
Hmm.
side about what was taking place. Because we actually not only had spirit voices coming through, but we had dimensional voices and actual,
Wow.
what would be considered extraterrestrial voices coming through clear as day, telling Stan what needed to happen, where he needed to go, all sorts of amazing things. So, yeah, it was crazy stuff. So,
Yeah, I bet. And you know what? I totally believe that kind of stuff happens. Like if they don't want you getting that out there, or they don't want that information out there at all, they want to keep it from the public. Yeah, of course they're going to interrupt broadcast. And we were getting some pretty deep conversations earlier when that was happening. So
yeah, yeah, I can tell you guys some pretty crazy stuff. Definitely get the book. You'll be freaking out about some of the stuff that's in there that has to do with our friendly government. Um, let's see here. I just want to read another question. Kelly, I keep having recurring dreams. What do they mean? Fish in tanks flying out of the tanks. Also a dream where I'm chewing bubble gum, and no matter how much I spit out, there's always a huge amount of gum in my mouth. And another one where my teeth are crumbling out of my mouth, and it doesn't stop. Now, with everything you described in that one, Kelly, I don't think that there's anything paranormal going on with that one. I think that that's your subconscious kicking in. A lot of the things that you touch base on in there, with your teeth falling out, with
hmm
being unable to get rid of what's in your mouth at the time, the gum, fish flying out of tanks, things along those lines. I think that you could get a dream interpretation book, and it would tell you pretty accurately exactly what's going on with you in those situations.
in those three situations, like some people say that with the teeth falling out, sometimes they attribute it to like death. But remember, death could be new beginning. It could be a death of a situation and then something else coming to you. And the fish, maybe I don't know, maybe a new relationship, other fish in the sea. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and it all has to do with subconscious. My God, D, I just realized something.
Hmm.
We have 4 minutes left.
Uh-oh.
We've been yapping this entire time. I swear I didn't look at the time once, and
But
now
it's okay that we were talking because that's what it is, paranormal talk. You know, some people that had never heard the show before were like, "What are y'all doing?" Now then we started talking about paranormal stuff. So,
that's true. They're like, why don't you all talk about the paranormal? And I think that's how they said it too. I can't be sure, but I think that why ain't y'all talking about no ghosts? I think that's how it was said. That's not my psychic side kicking in. It was just the way that that was typed when the comment came in. I
they were like,
why y'all ain't talking about no funny ghost stories or nothing? Gonna talk about the paranormal tonight?
"That's how you heard it in your head."
That's how I heard it in my head. I'm just simply expressing what I heard as it came through.
hmm Yeah, and I've heard that. I'm sorry, I'm reading what they're saying. I've heard that interpretation also, that teeth falling out. Also, they attribute it to stress or a situation you can't control. I've heard that too. But I've also, because there's, I used to have this dream interpretation book, and they like teeth falling out, and they had like several things that it could mean. Now, depending on what you're going through in at that moment in your life, because like Chris says, a lot of it has to do, with your own like where you are in your mental
Subconscious.
state. Yes, subconscious, where you are in your mental state at that moment in your life. So depending, then you could say, oh well, obviously this is what it meant, and you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kelly, you're welcome from both of us for that. Um, okay, so guys, we're just gonna wrap up. I apologize we couldn't get to all your comments, but you guys are always so good and so awesome about talking
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. So thank you once again. For those who are interested, once again, Dee's going to put the link for our more adult show. It's 15 minutes usually. We go over there, just chat and have a good time, and we're dumb.
Except for last week.
Yeah, last week was just out of control, but that will not happen this week, I promise you. So, yeah, I just want to thank all you guys for checking this out, and yeah, always sending love to you. And yeah, we've got some really cool stuff coming up. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be at 9:30 Eastern. So definitely check out that show. And again, it's going to be our Star Wars show. So
Star Wars.
if you love Star Wars, you got to be there. If you hate Star Wars, probably don't come.
If you want to see my Leia buns, you have to tune in because you're going to get to see me with my Leia buns, and it's going to be good stuff. Good stuff.
It is. It's going to be good stuff. But okay, so for now, guys, for Box Talk News, I want to say thank you, guys. Love you very much, and we'll see you next time.
See y'all next time. Smile and remember to make someone else smile too. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.